What's up YouTube? I'm Joe, you're watching my channel Ink&Iron, and I am back with a first impressions of a new multi-tool. This is the Roxon S801S, also called the Storm, and this is the second time I'm shooting this, so yeah, forgive me if I'm a little bit more brief than I was initially, but the file got messed up, so I'm not going to do a true unboxing. Here is the box. Very interesting combination of tools. Here are all the rest of them, and the packaging. It is made in China. I think also designed in China. I'm not totally sure about that. Don't quote me. Okay, so what it comes with in the package, you get a bit set, right? Here's a bit adapter that will turn the onboard Phillips head on the tool into a bit exchanger. So you can make use of all of these guys. I'll show you that in a bit. Also comes with a sheath. I'm not a sheath guy, not a big fan. Personally, I don't think this fits all the stuff well. So you put in this like squishy little bit exchanger and then I guess shove your tool in there. Oh, this is the best I've gotten it to fit in there. And bit of a stretch, but okay. Yeah, this is the best fit I've gotten, and of course I get it live on camera. So yeah, if you're a sheath person, this is apparently pretty good. I was having trouble with it. Let's just chalk it up to inexperience. Ugh. It does like to snag a lot because of these tools on the side. See their little nail nicks? They actually get caught on the seam here, the like hem. So yeah, kind of unfortunate. Something you'll have to deal with if you like a sheath. So I'm just going to set that to the side. Let's take a look at this. Most of this is matte finish. It does appear to be bead blasted and then contrasted with some black hardware as well. This is an 8 centimeter rule on here, probably a little over 3 inches. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. From the outside, you have access to this. This is a bottle opener right here. This actually, let me show you real quick. Let's say you have a can of something you want opened. You can actually put this little nubbin under there and leverage the pop top off. So if you need help and if you don't generally have fingernails, this can be a very useful tool. And it is supposed to be used in combination with the corkscrew. If you've ever used a real corkscrew, you know you screw it in, you can get some leverage against the top of a bottle and pull the cork out using the leverage. So haven't tried this yet. It does seem fully equipped to do it. My only weird notice of the corkscrew is that it's black coated. I've never actually seen a like painted or coated corkscrew before, so let me know if you have in the comments. Behind the corkscrew we have a file. The file is kind of odd. It butts up right next to the glass breaker here, so that's going to be a huge problem if you're trying to do the single cut file. But if you flip it over on the reverse here, there's actually a double cut pattern, so this seems totally usable. Not sure about this single cut side and doesn't feel all that abrasive to me. There's also a flathead driver right at the tip here, which is nice because it has like some decent length to it. It's got to be over 2 inches, you know, probably 4 centimeters or so. So that's that tool, and you do have to lift this bottle opener to get it back in there. Next to that, on the outside, we have a saw, and a saw that actually locks, and one that I'm going to have to take a closer look at some point because I'm pretty sure the spine is narrower than the teeth, which is like a proper saw. So yeah, looking forward to trying that out. Really glad that it locks, and pretty nice that it's available from the outside. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that. On the opposite side, we have the knife, and it did lock up this time. I've had a few instances where it didn't quite get there. It's doing it just fine on camera, of course. So yeah, this is Roxon's knife. Not a bad profile on it, sort of a what do you call this, a tanto. it's okay. I don't think it's a great steel on there. I don't think the fit and finish is really fantastic if you're a knife person, but if you just need a blade occasionally and enjoy it being a part of your multi-tool, then this will totally work. It does rub a little bit, as you can see in here. Yeah, definitely touches the liner there. So, not the greatest fit and finish I've ever seen, but you know, could be worse. Let's check some of these side tools. First up, this is a can opener. None of these three lock, they're just slip joints. Can opener actually has a decent little chisel ground edge on there. Probably one of the sharper can openers I've ever witnessed. I suppose if you don't want to use your bottle opener, you could use the can opener, but bottle opener seems to work fine. We do have a strap cutter on here. Interesting. Not sure how much I'm going to use it, but I appreciate the fact, and I'd like to point this out now, that it is not another flathead driver. Because if this were a Leatherman tool, we all know this would be an inch-long flathead driver, and they would call it an additional tool. So this has 16 tools on it, and they are all pretty different from one another, which is good to see, honestly. I'd like to see more of that in the American design tools. Here's an awl, I guess. It does have the hole as if it were a very coarse stitching awl, although really lacks an edge. So yeah, it really doesn't have a tip either. You can see the curvature, kind of like it doesn't just follow a straight line, it like veers off and up or off and down if you're looking this way. So not sure what's up with that. If anyone knows more information about the Roxon style awl, I'd love to hear it, because it seems kind of useless. Just one man's opinion. Here's the Carbide glass breaker. I don't know how much mileage I'll get out of that. It seems almost out of place on this tool. Alright, the pliers. And these are kind of beastly to get to, mostly because of... So this thinner handle is very easy. This one's pretty hard because it has these three springs that are, I believe, integrated for these tools. I think. Yeah, not totally sure. So the big fat handle is kind of hard to open. Taking a look at these pliers, pretty standard fare for multi-tools, so they're even imitating Leatherman's replaceable cutters, although these are not replaceable. These are clearly riveted on there. So yeah, purely aesthetic in this case, kind of a knockoff feel to this portion of the tool. Hard wire notch down here, soft wire here. You know, I don't really turn bolts with pliers like this, so not sure how this part is really going to function. The tips do come together pretty well, but as you can see, a few fit and finish issues here also. Not perfectly flat, got some like pitting in here. So they come together okay, not the best pliers I've ever seen, but the tool has so many functions that it kind of went like medium duty with, that I'm willing to forgive the sort of lackluster nature of the plier heads, especially because of these guys right here. Boom. Yeah, that's a pair of scissors, and you do have to have the pliers open to access them. So, lock them up, close your pliers, and here's your scissors. Look at that. These are huge. Let me get you some context. Let me show you just how big these are. So, let's move the Roxons down. Here's the Leatherman Surge. These are pretty beastly as far as multi-tool scissors go. I've used these for a ton of things, and they are very reliable, and like I said, bigger than most. Let me put them this way. So you can see these Roxons are massive, and then just to really drive the point home, here are the little like Fiskars style scissors for the Gerber NXT suspension. Look at look at that. Crazy. So yeah, these are some real beefy scissors, and I am looking forward to putting them to the test. Kind of awkward to use because you have to like hold this brick down here to actually do it. And then because you're holding the brick, your thumb lands here instead of way back here, which would make the scissor action easier because of leverage. So yeah, kind of mixed feelings going into testing these scissors, but I do like the size. And I have used them a little bit to just do some household cutting, and they've been pretty good so far. So I'd like to do more extensive testing. Inside here, actually nested with the plier head, which I've never seen before on another tool, is a full size number 2 Phillips driver. It might be like a number 1 at the tip, number 2 towards the base here. It does have a little oil from the factory there. But yeah, pretty good Phillips all on its own. Is almost centered in the tool, which is handy. And then, so we take this little bit adapter. You can see one's a square side and one's the hex. So you take the square side, shove it on here, and guess what? Now you have any 1/4 inch bit that you want. And look at that, you actually have a little bit of reach, which is sometimes lacking in some of these multi-tools. So yeah, that's about it for the Roxon. Oh, I forgot to mention this Phillips head locks in place. Another huge winning feature. And also another thing I've never seen with the plier heads is a liner lock actually fit in there. So yeah, the Roxon has a lot of interesting stuff going on for it, and I'm looking forward to the full review and for actually testing it. I don't think I'm going to take this one to work. It seems a little more oriented for the household, considering the corkscrew, bottle opener, and like the big scissors. Yeah, I think that'd just be more helpful around the house. Plus, no pocket clip. I'm a big pocket clip guy, and the sheath option is the only carry option, and so I'm just not going to carry it. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but it's mine. All right, well, thank you for joining me for the first look at the Roxon Storm here. If you like this kind of thing and want to see more content, I also collect knives and other tools and pens and just like EDC gear in general. So feel free to subscribe to this channel, like the video if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, bye.